Right now, as you watch this, the moon is shaking. Not metaphorically. Not in some distant future scenario that scientists debate in conference rooms. Literally, physically, shaking. In February 2026, scientists confirmed what seismographs have been quietly recording for decades. The moon is experiencing active moonquakes. More than 1,000 new fault lines have been identified. The surface is cracking open. And the cause is not an asteroid. It is not a collision. It is not something that came from outside. The moon is destroying itself from within. And when it goes, it is not going alone. Let's start with what is actually happening beneath that familiar surface. The moon is 4.5 billion years old. For most of that time, its interior has been slowly, quietly cooling. The same way a hot coal pulled from a fire does not go cold instantly. It holds heat. It radiates it, slowly, over billions of years. But now, the core is cold enough that the entire moon is physically shrinking. Imagine a grape drying into a raisin. From the outside, the shape looks familiar. The same round silhouette, the same craters you have stared at your whole life. But inside, something irreversible is happening. The interior contracts. The surface has nowhere to go. So it wrinkles, it buckles, it cracks. Scientists call these features thrust faults, cliffs that formed when one section of crust was pushed up over another as the moon compressed. Over hundreds of millions of years, the moon has shrunk by roughly 50 meters in diameter. And new faults are still forming right now. We know this not from theory. We know this from the seismographs that Apollo astronauts left on the surface over 50 years ago. Those instruments recorded moonquakes reaching up to magnitude 5, strong enough to move boulders and reshape the surface. Not from meteor impacts, from the moon tearing itself apart under its own compression. And the most terrifying part is that the strongest moonquakes are clustered near the lunar South Pole, exactly where NASA's Artemis 4 mission plans to land astronauts for the first time in over 50 years, currently scheduled for 2028. We are sending humans to a world that is actively breaking. But the moonquakes are only half the story. Every single year, the moon moves 3.8 centimeters further from Earth. That sounds like nothing. It is less than the width of your hand. But multiply that by hundreds of millions of years, and the numbers become impossible to ignore. Over 1 billion years ago, the moon was significantly closer. Close enough that its gravitational grip on Earth was far stronger, more powerful, more controlling. That grip is what slows Earth's rotation. Over 1 billion years ago, a single day on Earth lasted less than 19 hours. The moon, pulling at our oceans and our crust, acted like a brake, slowing us down, stretching our days, giving life the longer, more stable cycles it needed to grow complex. Without the moon's gravitational grip, Earth would spin faster. Winds would accelerate to speeds that make hurricanes look calm. The atmosphere would behave differently. The conditions that allowed life to crawl out of the oceans and eventually build cities would never have existed. And here is the image that should stay with you. Every time you see the ocean move, every time a tide rolls in against a shore, that is the moon holding Earth. A gravitational embrace across 384,000 kilometers of empty space. Patient, constant, invisible. Every year, that embrace loosens by 3.8 centimeters. It is not dramatic. It is not a sudden break. It is the slow release of something that has held on for 4 billion years. Finally, quietly, letting go. Now imagine the end state. Remove the moon entirely. Not in an explosion, not in a catastrophe, just gone. Drifted far enough that its influence on Earth fades to nothing. The first thing that changes is the axis. Earth's axial tilt, currently stable at around 23.5 degrees, is kept in place largely by the gravitational influence of the moon. Without it, that tilt begins to wander, slowly at first, then wildly. Scientists calculate it could swing anywhere between 0 and 85 degrees over millions of years. At 0 degrees, there are no seasons. The poles receive sunlight at the same angle as the equator. The ice caps melt. Sea levels rise by hundreds of meters. At 85 degrees, Earth is essentially lying on its side. One pole bakes in continuous sunlight for months. The other freezes in total darkness. Then they swap. The climate does not just change, it becomes unrecognizable. Every ecosystem on Earth, every migration pattern, every agricultural cycle, every ocean current that has existed for millions of years, all of it built on the assumption that the axis holds, collapses simultaneously. But that is not the image that haunts me most. The image that haunts me is the night sky. Without the moon, nights on Earth become 6 times darker. For the entire history of our species, the moon was there. Our ancestors hunted under it, navigated by it, built their first calendars around it. Every culture on Earth independently looked up and saw the same thing and made it sacred. Now here is the detail that changes everything. In theory, billions of years from now, if nothing else intervenes, the moon will stop drifting. It will lock into a permanent orbit, forever frozen at the same distance, tidally locked, so that both Earth and moon always show each other the same face. But here is the problem. Our sun will have burned out long before that. In roughly 5 billion years, it expands into a red giant, swallowing Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. The moon's slow drift toward a stable orbit is a story that never gets its ending. The sun will close the book first, which means the moon is not dying on its own timeline. It is racing against the death of the star that powers this entire system, shrinking, drifting, cooling, slowly becoming less of what it has always been. The moon is dying from too little heat left in its core, too little gravitational grip on a planet it is slowly releasing, too little time before something far larger ends the story for both of them. And here is what makes it unbearable. The moon never asked to be here. It was created by violence, a random collision 4.5 billion years ago that just happened to throw the right amount of debris into the right orbit. It stabilized our axis by accident. It lit our nights by accident. It gave life on Earth the conditions it needed to survive by accident. And now, just as quietly as it arrived, it is leaving. Earth stands here, held together by a moon that is letting go, orbiting a sun that is slowly dying, sitting on a planet that survived by the smallest possible margin. We did not build civilization on solid ground. We built it on borrowed time. So the next time you see the moon, full and bright and permanent looking in the sky, remember what you now know. It is not permanent. It is a clock, and it is running down. 4 billion years of gravitational embrace, slowly, silently loosening. The tides it pulls will weaken. The nights it lights will darken. The axis it holds will begin to wander. Not tomorrow, not in your lifetime, but the process has already started. The moonquakes are proof. The retreating orbit is proof. The cooling core is proof. The moon is not dying dramatically. It is dying the way most things die, quietly, gradually.